They tried to get you guys.
We welcome you to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. Tonight in San Antonio, Texas, getting ready for the Spurs and the Mavericks, the debut of Victor Wembanyama, part of NBA 2K24 opening week. There is the international superstar, 19 years old, ready to reach the playoffs, missed the play-in. Luka Doncic, who was a game-time decision in there, recovered from his dying calf, along with Kyrie Irving, Grant Williams, Derek Jones Jr., Maxi Kleber. For the Spurs, a huge starting lineup. Jeremy Sohan, the 6'9" point guard, along with Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Wembanyama, and Zach Collins.
The momentous occasion right here. Victor Wembanyama, the three-pointer for his first NBA points.
We're coming back to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. It is part of NBA 2K24 opening week. Good start for the Spurs and Victor Wembanyama's debut as we send things over to Cassidy Hubbard.
Thanks, Rob.
His second personal. 2:25 to go in the first. Big opening quarter for the Spurs.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm.
Can't get it to go, and that'll do it for the first. San Antonio with its highest scoring quarter of the last two seasons. In the debut of Victor Wembanyama. Spurs.
Luka probing off the dribble. Watch Derek Lively here. Set this screen late on Zach Collins, giving him the space to score. For the Dallas Mavericks, getting it going early with the step-back three over Sohan, and then in transition, the crafty spin over Keldon Johnson, and then this one that just happened, probing, and then you see the patience once he gets in the paint to ultimately finish.
They took an assist away from Luka, but this is still very much a triple-double watch for Luka Doncic, who 16th assist of the half for San Antonio, and a 5-point Spurs lead.
Ryan?
All right, Cassidy, thank you very much. Big first half for Vassell, for Doncic as well. Closing in on a triple-double already. And how about Victor Wembanyama? A couple of threes in his first half of NBA basketball. State Farm halftime up next.
The NBA on ESPN, presented all season long by State Farm, is brought to you by Jordan Brand. Believe in yourself and nowhere's out.
They're going to figure out, but that young man pairs very well with what the Dallas Mavericks need to finish off this game.
Get NBA 2K24 for 30% off now and see why it's being heralded as a game like we've never seen before. Scan the QR code for more details and to get your copy now. See you on the court.
Welcome back to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. Part of NBA 2K24 opening week. Third quarter action in San Antonio. The Spurs a 70-66 lead on the Mavericks. The debut of Victor.
San Antonio Spurs on a 7-0 run to take a 4-point lead. Starts with Trey Jones hitting his second three of the game, and then the hustle. Get on the floor, dive on it, turn defense to offense. Jones finds Osman for the layup, and then the emotion hasn't been
Doesn't get the same roll on the other end. Dallas, its largest lead of the night, an 8-0 run to end the third. In. They have been busting their tails on that end, coming with the effort that he knows they need if they're going to win more than they did last season. Timeout, San Antonio, with Wemby getting ready to come back in.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm.
So much has been made about Wembanyama, comparing him to David Robinson and Tim Duncan. But to give some context, when David Robinson came in, he was 24 years old. He was a grown man coming from the Naval Academy. Tim Duncan was a 4-year player at Wake Forest. So it's going to take time before he...
We'll be back in 60 seconds. Good one brewing in Texas. The fourth, tied at 115. Here we go.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And in part by McDonald's.
Luka Doncic, as Jason Kidd likes to say, is a bad man. Throwing daggers in Texas. History with a 30-point triple-double in a season opener. Mavericks win at 126-119 over the Spurs. For our producer Rodney Ball and our director Jeff Evers, JJ Reddick, Richard Jefferson, Cassidy Hubbard, and our entire crew. I'm Ryan Rucco. Time now for SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt.